It was a quiet evening at the Edelweiss Hotel in Munich, the kind of place where the silverware gleamed like glass and the chandeliers whispered wealth. Anna moved gracefully between tables, a tray balanced in her steady hands. She'd worked double shifts all week, her back aching, her smile unwavering. But tonight, something in the air felt heavy, like a storm was waiting to break. At table 7 sat 4 men in tailored suits, their laughter loud, confident, and just a touch cruel. Among them was Viktor Reinhardt, a billionaire investor known for his arrogance as much as his fortune. As Anna approached with their wine, Viktor leaned back, his voice low but mocking, the words flowing in sharp, fluent German. He didn't think she could understand. "Look at her hands," he said to his companions. "Rough. Probably cleans floors when she's done here." The men laughed. Anna froze, wine bottle in hand, her breath catching in her throat. She'd spent years studying in Germany before life pulled her home, before circumstances forced her into this job. She'd heard every word. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you were watching from. I love knowing who is listening." For a moment, she said nothing. Just a polite nod, just another waitress. But inside, her pulse quickened. She poured the wine carefully, her hands steady, though every fiber in her body screamed to walk away. Viktor smirked, clearly enjoying his private joke. Then one of the men, softer, kinder, noticed her silence and shifted uneasily. Anna set the bottle down and met Viktor's gaze. Her voice came calm, quiet, but it carried through the table like the strike of a bell. "Rough hands," she said, in flawless German. "Yes, they're the hands of someone who works, the kind that build what people like you buy." The laughter died instantly. You could have heard a pin drop. Viktor's smirk vanished, replaced by surprise and a flash of something like shame. For a long second, no one spoke. The music from the lobby drifted softly. A piano piece, delicate and haunting. Anna stood still, poised, unflinching, her eyes locked on his. Then she added, still in German, "And just so you know, I didn't study hospitality. I studied finance at Heidelberg." That hit harder than she expected. One of the men coughed, another shifted in his chair. Viktor's jaw clenched, his pride visibly cracking. The billionaire who mocked her for being beneath him was suddenly the one feeling small. He tried to recover, raising his glass with a forced chuckle. "Impressive," he said, now in English. "Then why wait tables?" Anna smiled, not out of bitterness but calm dignity. "Because life doesn't always ask for your permission," she said softly. "But it gives you chances to stay kind, even when you're not treated kindly." The words landed like truth wrapped in grace. For the rest of the meal, the table was quiet. The jokes stopped. The sneers faded. Even the air felt different. Heavier, but somehow cleaner. Viktor kept glancing at her as if seeing her for the first time. Not a waitress, not someone to look down on, but someone who carried a kind of strength he couldn't buy. When they finished, he stood and reached for his wallet. Without a word, he placed a large tip on the table. Too large, almost guilty. Anna didn't flinch. She looked at the bills, then back at him. "I don't need your money," she said softly, still in German. "Just your respect." He nodded once, quietly. "You have it," he said. The men left in silence. The restaurant seemed to exhale when the doors closed behind them. For a moment, Anna just stood there, breathing, the tremor in her hands finally breaking through. She went back to the kitchen, her manager staring at her, half in disbelief. "You okay?" he asked. She smiled faintly. "Better than I've been in a while." Later that night, as the city lights shimmered beyond the window, Anna walked home through the cold air. She thought about how often people mistake wealth for worth, or manners for respect. But she also thought about the moment Viktor and S.I.'s softened, and she hoped he'd carry that lesson forward, Because true dignity isn't about status or speech. It's about how you treat others when no one expects you to. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And as the moonlight fell across the cobblestone streets, Anna's reflection in a shop window smiled back. Calm, proud, unbroken. The same hands that once felt invisible had just reminded the world what strength truly looks like. Branded outro. If this story moved you, subscribe to Whispered Words, where we share stories that remind us of dignity, courage, and kindness in the most unexpected places. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We love hearing your stories too.